really satisfying. I love a project that takes a lot of, kind of one of those head scratchers where you're like, how are we going to pull this one off? And then you end up just the same way, the old adage about how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time. It's often used in mountaineering circles about like, how do you climb whatever, or one step at a time. That I like trail projects that feel
Mhm.
like that. They feel almost insurmountable at the outset, and then you just realize one day at a time, one Pulaski at a time, one tree at a time, and you look back and you're like, wow, that we made that. I love that feeling.
Yeah, and you said it's 17 miles.
Yeah, I think it's
Or,
about that. Yeah, it was laid out at about,
yeah,
yeah, 16 and a half, but yeah, closer to 17 probably. Yeah, it's a big chunk, and it's going to connect up two really highly used sections to make a long kind of a through trail that's closer to, I mean, you guys have the beautiful thing in the rim trail that you have a long connected loop like that. Those are such a cool
Mhm.
experience. We don't have a ton of that kind of thing in Alaska because there's so much big parcels of completely undeveloped or um, like land without infrastructure on it. It's been used a lot over generations and centuries and so on by first people and then other travelers since then. But for us to have a long connected system of 50 some miles is a pretty cool thing. So
Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely, and even reading your book, and actually I read it for the second time now because I read it when it was my first season as a crew leader over eight
oh,
years
cool.
ago, and I just reread it this month, and it was just like so relatable and just so many similar experiences, and I'm like, and we even share a name.
I
It's just
know.
wild, but yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I love hearing
But
that.
when we talk about like mentor, just it's just the fact that you wrote this book is incredible. And then yeah, tell us about your new book.
Oh, oh, thank you. First of all, that means a lot to me to hear that because really I wrote it in order to honor the subculture that has given so much of my life structure and meaning. That's my hope that those of us in that tribe kind of are visible to other people and also feel represented. So, thank you. I really appreciate those words. And I'm really interested in Western stories that are not perfectly captured by the mythic narratives and just the quiet kind of just intertwined ways that people relate to each other and are different than they might seem from the outside. So the book is kind of about that. It's one family based on that kind of those ideas.